What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight! Okay, we're coming back to Nirvana. Yes, indeed. Nirvana Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. This is a request from, there's a few people here. Santosh Rawal, Cyrus Ubad, DTEV Eric, Pedskone, Adefesio 94, Ben Chesterman, and Andy Garcia. They all want to see me react to this song by Nirvana called Aero Zeppelin. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, I have never heard the song before. This does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a chance I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, I recognize this. I know I've heard this before. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Nirvana, okay? And the video has 451,448 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. Alright, here we go. Nirvana with Aero Zeppelin. And this guy still gives me the creeps. He still reminds me of SCP-096. Gah! I just saw, I'll talk about it. Somebody made a fan movie about SCP-096 and one of the incidents. Good Lord, it was good. I'll talk about it later. I'll talk about it later. It was fantastic. Anyway, let's get to the song. I'll talk about it later. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Okay, I've heard a couple of songs off this album now. This album has a garage feel. This album sounds like it was recorded in someone's garage using an 8-track or a 4-track that they doubled up on. I love the feel of this for two reasons. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. I love this and I hate this, this type of feel for two reasons. One, I love it because it's got that raw energy. It's got that raw feel. It does not sound over-processed. It does not sound over-mixed. It's about as genuine as rock and roll gets. You know, it sounds legit. There's a certain amount of legitness that comes from having this type of a raw, unprocessed sound. And I love that. I absolutely love that. The downside, the part I'm not a big fan of, the part I kind of hate, there's some sloppiness. There's some dirtiness that could have been corrected in a professional studio. Could have been caught, could have been fixed in Pro Tools, even if they're not using Pro Tools. I know this is in the early 90s, this is before Pro Tools, but even then in a professional studio, an engineer could have heard that, a producer could have heard that and said, a little sloppy, let's try again, you know? Let's try that part again. And, you know, they could have punched in or whatever, or, you know, overdubbed or whatever. But as a result, you get some sloppiness here and there. That snare fill that we just heard, for example, it was a little loose. It started out and it kind of sped up into it, like, blah, okay, I'm getting behind. And you could hear it kind of speed up to kind of catch up and, you know, get back into the swing. Couple of little sloppy points here and there. Nothing that... No, I want to be very clear. When I'm saying sloppy points, I'm not going like, oh, God, that was horrible. I'm just saying it was noticeable. Was it bad? No, it wasn't bad. Again, it kind of adds to the authenticity of the thing, if you know what I mean. It lets you know that it's not overly processed. It's not being pro-tooled. It's not being, you know, overly produced. It sounds, like I said, raw. And I kind of like that, you know, with the rawness of it. You're going to hear some mistakes here and there. So, do I like the mistakes? I mean, I never like, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I want to hear mistakes every single time, especially on a studio album. You know, live is one thing. Studio albums are another. But that's just another contributing factor to what makes me think that this was done in someone's garage, you know, on an 8-track or something like that. Because you are getting those little mistakes that are not being addressed and not being fixed. So, how's the feel? I like it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not criticizing it. I'm not slamming it by any stretch. I'm just saying it's noticeable. That's all. Anyway, let's keep going here. Let's do that snare. Right here, I think. You hear it? A little uneven. Nice on the upbeats. Yep. On the upbeats. Kind of like Black Betty all over again. Yeah, it still has the same feel. It's got those little bit of dirt in there. Just a little bit of dirt in there, just enough to give it that raw feel. It feels nice. Don't get me wrong. The upbeats, the usage of the upbeats, that's nice. Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice touch. It's a really nice touch. So far, so good. So far, so good. We're about halfway through. Let's keep going. Let's see where this goes.
Just the facts, what it was nowadays, and I dance what we like.
don't get to hear Kurt Cobain's solo very often. It's not often he does take a guitar solo, and when he does, he usually keeps it short, just like here. It was nice hearing a little solo break in there. It was nice. Was it impressive? No, it wasn't impressive, but it was still a nice welcome change-up. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, so far so good. So far so good. Nothing terribly impressive, but nothing that sounds horrible, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like in the middle. It's kind of average right now. I don't know. Well, we'll see where this goes. We'll see where this goes. Okay. Ending how we started. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I just said not too long ago, nothing all that impressive, but at the same time, nothing terrible, nothing bad. So, kind of in the middle. Let me think about it, and I'll see you in the review. Well, there you go, folks. That was Nirvana with Aero Zeppelin. This was a request from Santosh Rawal, Cyros Ubad, DTEV Eric, Petskun, Adefesio 94, Ben Chesterman, and Andy Garcia. Okay, I thought about it. I did. I thought about this. And the thing I kept coming back to was the comment I made toward the end. Nothing great, nothing terrible, nothing really good, but then again, nothing bad. It was just kind of in the middle. You know what I mean? So when I give this score, I want people to hear me out, okay? Before you all decide to jump on me, okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 6.5. Yep, 6.5. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, so Nirvana fans, feeling you. Feeling you, okay? Hold on. Put away those pitchforks. Put away those torches. Hear me out, okay? Going back to what I said, it wasn't great, it wasn't bad, it was in the middle, okay? This was towards the middle. And if we're being honest here, if you look at my grading scale, okay? Remember, I go from 0, okay? I don't like giving zeros. I don't. That's why I like to say 1. I don't want to go down into that 0. If you go into that 0 column, you shouldn't be writing music, honestly. I like to stay above 0 whenever possible. But of course, if the song deserves a 0, I will give it a 0. On the flip side, I go all the way up to 9.9. Why do I say 10? Because I want to give the goal of perfection. And I have given 10s, not for performance, not for songwriting, but for humanitarian causes, for charities and stuff like that. When a song has a charitable, thing about it, or like for humanitarian causes, I don't give the 10 for the music, I give the 10 for the cause, or I give the 10 for the direction, or the reasoning behind the song. I'll do that. But I'll never give a performance above a 9.9, ever. I won't. So, I have this big, wide scale for a reason. So when we do get to the middle, the common ground, the usual, we have some room to move. A 6.5 is not a bad score, if you really think about it, okay? If you're not sure, take a look down below at my scoring chart, okay? You will very clearly see 6.0 to 6.9 is the grading scale for pretty good, okay? This is right in the middle of the pretty goods. It's not okay, 5.0 to 5.9, those are the okays. This is above an okay, okay? It's not high enough to be really good, granted, but it's still a pretty good score. it was just a very average song, if you ask me. This was not bad. It was not great. It was just good. It had a nice groove to it. I like the accents. Using the upbeats was nice. The attacks at the beginning, the way they set it up, and the way they ended it. They ended and finished the exact same way. Nice way to start. Even better way to end, if you ask my opinion. I think the ending was actually stronger like that than the beginning was. Nothing all that complex within the song. Nothing all that crazy within the song. Pretty simple songwriting, if I'm being honest. Everything was pretty solid. I mean, there was some dirt here and there, and again, this leads me to going back to the whole garage band feel, which I can appreciate. I can appreciate it. It has that rawness to it. It has that authenticity to it. It's not overly processed. It's not pro-tooled. It has that feeling of being back in the garage with your buddies and jamming out a song that you have been rehearsing and playing for over 6 months, you know? And you guys know the song really well. It's just in the process of recording, little things are going to happen. Now, in today's modern age, you got Pro Tools. Easy. Fix it. You know, punch in or use beat correct to line up the beat, or, you know, fill correct to correct the fill, or, you know, auto-tune to fix the auto-tune singing, or whatever. That's the beauty of Pro Tools. Pro Tools saves a ton of time, okay? And unfortunately, the music industry has become so involved around money that that's all they really care about, you know, is saving as much time. That's all record companies and producers care about. Saving as much time as possible, because that saves them as much money as possible. So that's really why Pro Tools is around, is to save money and make the recording process more efficient. I have mixed feelings about Pro Tools. I love Pro Tools and I hate it at the same time. I love it because it is more efficient. I hate recording. I absolutely despise recording. It is my least favorite thing in the world to do. I do it to pay the bills. I do session work to pay the bills, and that's wonderful and all. But I don't like recording. I hate it recording because it's very tedious. So I do understand the importance of Pro Tools, and I appreciate it for that reason. Having said that, Pro Tools has made it now so that you could go in and you could literally, I mean, Pro Tools is so good now, you can literally go in, you don't have to be able to sing at all. You could just speak. And using auto-tune and pitch correct, they can make it sound amazing and make it sound like you're singing. So, talent level kind of goes down with, you know, efficiency. Efficiency rises, and talent level goes down. And they get exposed when they play live, man. They do. They do get exposed. So, anyway, but getting back to the song, like I said, nothing all that great, nothing all that bad, just, you know, very middle of the road for me. It's a good song, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed listening to it. I want to be very clear on this. I did enjoy listening to it. It didn't impress me all that much, but it was a good song and I did enjoy it. So I wasn't sitting here looking at the clock going, oh God, when is this going to be over? No, that never happened. I did enjoy the song. I'm not knocking the song. I just personally, I can't bring myself to say it was great. I just can't do it. I can't even bring myself to say it was really good. It was pretty good. You know, it was. For what it was, they did a pretty good job. And a pretty good job gets a pretty good score. And that is why it's getting the 6.5. So, 6.5, final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully you'll enjoy the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show, and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell, and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.